what? Can your structure hold what he wants to pour? This video is aimed at discussing how to measure up to your standard of expectation.
Subscribe.
Welcome to Christynuga Motivation. This is where we talk about motivation, personal growth, and mindset growth. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, go ahead to do that.
There is this saying that promotion cometh from the Lord. But I am saying that even at that, before you ask for promotion, watch this video.
Ephesians chapter 4 verse 7 says, "But to each one of us, grace is given." Grace was given according to the measure of Christ's gifts. Romans 12 verse 3, God has dealt to each person a measure of faith to use their gifts. Jesus, in the parable of the talents, he gave to some three different measure of talents. Each of these people gave their accounts according to their own measure of grace. Stop praying for $1 million promotion if you still have a minimum wage mindset. Why? A lot of people are praying to God, begging God, God, please give me this promotion. But are we ready to do the needful to be able to measure up to standard? You say, why am I saying this? I found out that a lot of us who are begging God, God, give me promotion, this and that, and our skills, our character, our habits does not measure up to what we're asking God for. Still in the basement. Let's look at it this way. Let's say, what if you get promoted to a managerial level? Take a look at this scenario. Imagine you get promoted to become a manager today, but you are not ready physically, mentally. Do you think that promotion will serve as a blessing? Do you think you will not mess up? It is impossible to pour a gallon of water into a short glass. The problem isn't the water, it's the container. Many people pray for a gallon of promotion, but they only have a short glass of intellect, character, work ethic. In Matthew 25, verse 15, talents were given to each servant according to his own ability. The truth is this: God checks your ability before he hands over any responsibility to you so that you don't mess up. The Bible says, the blessings of God make it rich, and he added no sorrow to it. So that is, God's blessing is supposed to give you promotions. The point here is that elevation requires expansion, mentally, habitually, and every way you need to. So if you get to be promoted to a manager position, maybe due to your long service, that is due to your tenure in that place, but you lack emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, or strategic planning skills, you will fail. Therefore, my advice to you is to always prepare yourself before you get there, because promotion without preparation equals public humiliation. Okay, let me be more direct. To measure up to your next level, you must prepare yourself in three distinct areas. That is, you must upgrade three distinct areas of your life, academically or professionally. So, what books, certifications, or data do you need to master? Stop winging it. Physical or operational? Can your character handle the stress of the new level you are praying for? Mentally or emotionally? There's this saying that says, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Do you have the stamina, the systems, and the daily routines to handle and sustain high-level performance? Let me ask you this question, seriously. Wonder, don't rush. Are you seriously ready to handle the next level of the high-level performance, or are you just praying for promotion? What is this? God's grace is ready. The blessings are measured out. In order for you to fit in, it's time you stopped waiting and start equipping yourself for your next level of promotion. If this video challenged you, I want you to do something with it. Equip yourself, measure up. If you are yet to subscribe to Christynuga Motivation, go ahead and do that. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you always get first-hand notification. New video drops every Thursday. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Mediocrity feels good, but guess what? It's killing your potentials. So therefore, if you are tired of living the life you hate, here is how to start living the life you were meant to live. Let me show you how to stop settling and start exactly the life you were meant to live. Most people spend their lives waiting for the right time to change. You do not need the right conditions. Then you say, what do I need? What you need is the right attitude, the right discipline to start. Here is how to break the cycle and outwork the competition. Hello? Nobody is coming to save you. Your goals won't happen by accident, and your excuses are keeping you stuck. All those your excuses, and there's no this, there's no that. It's time to face the hard truth. Take absolute control of your future. You're most welcome to Christynuga Motivation, a channel based on motivation, personal growth, and growth mindset niche. The category for this channel is education.
Subscribe.
Most people surround themselves with mediocre individuals. They reinforce comfort and provide excuses for not striving for more. We often overestimate competition and underestimate ourselves. So this actually leads us to settle for less than we are actually capable of achieving. Well, like we discussed in my previous video, constant distractions like social media, unnecessary scrolling and all that. Also, a lack of work ethics has prevented most people from achieving their goals. Your words lose value if they are not backed by actions. And guess what? Nobody actually cares about your plans. They only are concerned about the results you get. By ignoring the impossible, like the bumblebee that defies the aerodynamic laws to fly, you must ignore the reasons why you cannot succeed and move forward anyway. Avoiding suffering makes you a slave to comfort. True achievement requires you embracing the pain you are currently avoiding. Success about you getting 1% better every day. Over years, this compounds into massive growth. Average people are driven by convenience. What about you? Exceptional people are driven by a mission, the mission, the goal, the gold. Successful people who have gone beyond what we are actually gunning for, they have their focus on the goals they are actually gunning for. Let me ask you, what drives you? What makes you tick? What is that thing you are gunning for? Is it strong enough? Is it powerful enough to keep you going? That goal you are gunning for, is it powerful enough to give you that drive? Does it serve as a catalyst to keep you going even when there is no motivation? You have to be obsessed with your goal to make it a reality. Failure, bad breaks, they are not roadblocks. They are opportunities for you to reassess, restrategize, opportunities to reboot, to find other ways to achieve what you are actually gunning for. Your life is the sum of your decisions. You cannot blame external circumstances for a life that is a direct result of your own choice. A moment when we realize it is called maturity. Hello. So taking life, realizing this, the earlier you are able to realize this, the better for you. It's called begin to take accountability for your own life. That's when you begin to mature, not by adding or mounting age. So what do I mean? Your level of maturity is measured by the level of accountability that you reiterate it. Taking accountability for your own life is when you finally mature. While the world might call your drive abnormal, the internal pride and satisfaction that come from working yourself to the goal for your own goals is what defines a life well lived. Thank you very much for watching. You made it to this point of this video. Thank you. Please subscribe to this channel, Christynuga Motivation. I hope I've been able to convince you why mediocrity is a terrible thing to experience. So snap out of it. Therefore, if this video has helped you in any way, like it. Let me know your take on it. Share it with those who need it. And keep watching Christynuga until I come your way again with another powerful content for personal growth, motivation, growth mindset, and all. It's a wrap from me to you right now. See you in the next video. Resilience is what keeps you moving forward when motivation is gone. Welcome to the 6th episode of Rewire Your Mind for Growth series. And we're talking about not allowing setbacks destroy you. At times, we plan, we strategize, we project, we just propose, and well, somehow, life happens. Things do not go the way we have planned it. So yes, what we're saying is that life at times does not go as planned. But then, you shouldn't just leave it like that. That's where being resilient coming. Yes, there may be delays, setbacks, disappointments, failures, stuff like that. We need to keep getting up, keep moving forward. Resilience is not about avoiding setbacks. Rather, it is about, in spite of it all, you need to keep going back, moving forward. In this video, we want to learn how to turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go into it deeper. We want to learn how to handle failures, how to handle disappointments, and how to keep going forward. We want to learn how to deal with delayed success. Then again, we're going to look into how successful people think under pressure. How to build real emotional endurance. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in recovery. Being resilient does not mean you do not feel the pain or that you don't feel discouraged. Resilience doesn't mean life is always easy. Resilience simply means though you bend, but you don't break. It also means you fail, but you also find a way to rise again. You get hit, but always get up, keep moving. The truth actually is that most people fail, not because they are weak, it's because they stop trying. It's what allows you to grow through what you go through. Failure isn't the enemy. Failure is feedback. Failure is education, is redirection. The greatest mistake isn't falling. Rather, it is when you fall and you think you are finished. Say this with me. Failure is an event, not my identity. Successful people don't avoid failure. They don't run away when they fail. They learn from it. They become curious. They want to know. They ask, what did this setback teach me? They want to know, why did I fail? They begin to ask. They go into research. They get into finding out. Look for solution. What should I do next time? What do I do differently to avoid failure? Failure becomes powerful when you refuse to waste the lesson. The path with success is paved with mistakes, but also with persistence. Sometimes the hardest part of the journey is waiting. Waiting when you're working so hard. Waiting when you're trying your best. Waiting when others seem way ahead of you. Waiting when progress feels slow. Delay doesn't mean denial. What looks like being delayed may simply be in development. Success or growth takes time. So why this? Well, let's talk about plants, for instance. The roots must first deepen before the fruits can begin to appear. Emotional maturity is like this, saying to yourself, though I may not be where I want yet, but definitely I am growing. Saying, I am learning, recognizing that you are actually improving. There must be some improvement, even though minimal. So you say to yourself, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm not quitting. So resilience is by you staying faithful, staying committed, stay patient to the mission. Because consistency don't always show loudly like that, but then it shows. Consistency always produces something, even if you don't see it yet. Keep looking, you'll see it. Let's look at how successful people think when they are under pressure. Resilient, successful people do not think, why is this happening to me? Rather, they wonder what they can do to forge ahead. They begin to wonder, what is this trying to teach me? They shift from victim mindset to growth mindset. Under pressure, they stay calm, not reactive. They pause, they breathe, they assess the situation. They focus on what they can control. Their effort, their attitude, their discipline, their decisions. Successful people refuse to quit emotionally. They may rest, but they don't quit. You find successful people saying things like, this is a chapter, not the whole story. Resilience is mental strength built through practice, not personality. Here are practical ways to grow your resilience muscle. Allow yourself to feel, then choose your response, the right response, appropriate response. It's okay to feel hot, feel sad, feel frustrated, but don't stay there. Feel it, process it, then move forward intentionally. Find out, check if you are growing. Ask yourself, am I even growing? Even a little. Like this, you need to keep tab on your growth. Focus on progress, not perfection. Small improvements, even just a little, build strong resilience. It encourages you to keep going. Learn to always talk to yourself, not at yourself. Tell yourself, I am growing. Your inner voice matters a lot. So always talk to yourself, not at yourself. Instead of saying, I'm a failure, tell yourself, I am growing, even it may be small. Your words shape your endurance. Build recovery habits. Resilience requires refueling, not just pushing. Prioritize rest, prayers, mindfulness, learning, healthy routines, reflections. Take time to reflect, always reflect. Strong minds are rested minds. Surround yourself with strength. Your environment either weakens you or strengthens you. Try to always stay around encouraging voices, growth-minded people who won't let you quit on yourself. People who always encourage you, even those who challenge you to keep going, are important. Community supports resilience. When the journey feels heavy, return to the beginning. Remember your why. Why did you even start? Return to your purpose. Who are you becoming? What are you building? What future are you building for yourself? Why this? Because purpose fuels endurance. When you remember your why, this will give you strength. A resilient mindset declaration. Say this slowly. I am resilient. Setbacks do not define me. Delays do not break me. Failure does not stop me. I grow, I learn, I rise every single time. Let this truth live in you. Note this, life will test you, but every setback comes with two choices. Either it breaks you or it builds you. Therefore, today, I want you to choose growth. Growth that will help you to keep determining, to keep moving forward in spite of whatever. Strength isn't built in comfort. It is built in challenge. If this episode helped you, I would love to hear from you. What setback are you turning into a comeback? Let me know in the comments. I read all comments. And if you're committed to developing a growth-driven mindset, hit the like button. Subscribe to Christynuga Motivation. New video drops every Thursday. Remember to like, comment, share it to your friends, neighbors, families, co-workers, and everyone. Let me know how the previous episodes have resonated with you. This is episode 6. See you in episode 7. Until I come your way with another wonderful video of mine. It's a wrap for right now. Bye-bye. Have you ever paused and really asked yourself, who am I becoming? Not just what am I becoming, but who is my future self? Am I living in alignment with that person from now? Truth is, your life is always moving in the direction of the person you're becoming. In this final episode of the Wire Your Mind for Growth series, we're talking about vision, purpose, identity, service, and intentionally designing a growth-driven life. This final episode is about transformation, alignment, becoming. I urge you to take a deep breath, relax, and let's step into your future self together. One of the deepest human needs is direction. Without direction, one will just be drifting in circles. Without vision, we don't drift forward, we drift in circles. Vision isn't fantasy. Vision is actually about clarity, about who you really want to become. It sounds something like this. I want to become disciplined. I want to become generous. I want to become kind. I want to become honest. I want to become peaceful. I want to become bold. I want to become excellent. I want to become dependable. Vision is about identity, not possessions. Cars get old, titles fade, followers disappear. The only thing that lasts is who you have eventually become. So I want you to ask yourself right now, who would people say I had become if my life ended in old age? Kind, strong, wise, courageous, a servant leader, faith-filled, a light to others. That is your true vision. And when your true vision is rooted in character, your life gains direction, and direction gives you peace. You do not. So, if you see yourself as being identity shifts, your behavior follows. Note this, people don't just quit bad habits. Rather, they outgrow them. Instead of you to say, I'm trying to be disciplined, you could say, I'm someone who honors my commitments. Instead of you saying, I am trying to be confident, you could say, I am someone who shows up even when I feel afraid. Identity, not effort, drives transformation. Every day ask yourself, what would my future self do right now? Let me tell you, your future self wakes up with intention, speaks over comfort, acts with integrity, takes responsibility, builds instead of complains, serves instead of competes. And the more you act like that person now, the faster you become that person. Most people don't live intentionally. They live reactively. They don't choose their emotions, their thoughts, their decisions. Life just happens to them. But intentional living sounds like, I choose what I focus on. I choose what I feed my mind on. I choose to grow every day. Your life isn't an accident. Your life is not random. You are not drifting. It's a vote for the future you're building. So be intentional about how you spend your time, what you feed your mind on, The words you speak, the people you surround yourself with, the values you live by, whether you notice it or not, you are rehearsing the future every single day. Let's talk about meaning. True growth isn't about you becoming stronger, winning, becoming better, succeeding. Rather, it's about making others better because you existed. Purpose isn't about fame, not about applause. Rather, it's about service. Purpose is found in service. Purpose sounds like, because I lived, somebody learned. Because I lived, somebody healed. Because I lived, somebody became better. Because I lived, somebody grew. Because I lived, somebody believed in themselves. Because I lived, somebody saw kindness, consistency, love. Service gives meaning. When your growth stops being about you, then you become unstoppable. Here are 5 daily identity questions to live by. Who am I becoming? What habits today supports that identity? What mindset do I need to release? Who can I serve or encourage today? Did I live aligned or am I on autopilot? Imbibe this one powerful practice. Future self alignment exercise. Every morning, ask, what would my future self do today? And then do one thing in alignment to that answer. Daily alignment creates lifelong transformation. Even though this is the final episode of the series for growth, but know that it's the beginning of a new version of you. A you with vision, identity, purpose, resilience, intention, growth, self-awareness, compassion, purpose, discipline, and most importantly, a heart set on becoming, not just appearing. Finally, let me just say, you don't have to rush. You just have to grow every day. Keep becoming, keep building, keep honoring the future you. Your life is a gift. Make it count. Not just for you, but for everyone your life will touch. If this episode or this series has spoken to you, like it, comment, subscribe to Christynuga Motivation. Subscribe for more growth-driven content. Don't forget to share this episode with someone who needs growth direction. Remember, you're not behind because I'm cheering for you. Keep building, keep going. Work smart. Don't just work hard. Keep watching Christynuga Motivation for content on motivation, personal growth, mindset growth. Thank you for watching. Until I come your way again with another wonderful video on personal growth and mindset growth. It's a wrap for right now. Bye-bye. Most people think transforming your life requires total overhaul. Spending hours in the gym, waking up as early as 4 a.m. and doing a lot of things. But they are wrong. That's exactly why most people fail. Why? Well, they do too much. And every setback feels like the end of the road. What if I more? They just do things differently.